People have excluded you with satisfaction. They've gotten satisfaction out of you not being part of the group. And you could have excluded yourself. I think you excluded yourself first because it was not a healthy environment for you. You were in unhealthy environments and you chose to get out of them to be able to work on your own mental health because you cannot heal in the place that hurt you. And so you got out of the place that hurt you, you got away from the people who were hurting you, and worked on yourself. And it's like you had certain people that you genuinely cared about deeply, but you had no choice but to get away from everything and enter solitude for your own well-being. You had no choice. You weren't trying to abandon these people, and it's been deeply painful for you because if these people truly knew what you were going through, if these people truly knew what drove you to have to get away, then they would be so supportive. They would have been telling you, listen, I don't know what you're going through exactly, but I support you completely. And, you know, they would have been supportive, but instead they took your absence as offense. They were offended at your absence and they took it as abandonment. So they were not able to support you in doing what's best for yourself, even though your whole motivation to do what's best for yourself was for those people, was so you could show up as the best version of yourself for those people who felt abandoned by you. And so it's like, in the process of you having to get away and find solitude, they've abandoned you. You never abandoned them. You were just doing what you had to do, and they took your space as abandonment. And you know, I think it deeply hurt these people because they genuinely love you and care about you, and it hurt them to not have you around anymore because your presence is so bright, it's so healing. You bring sunshine into the environment, and these people were still stuck in that negative, toxic environment that your soul ripped you out of. And maybe they weren't able to escape, or maybe they weren't able to realize as much as you how toxic it was. But there's just this message here of some sadness, of feeling alone, because the people that you cared for most have not been able to support you in doing what you've had no other choice but to do. You've had no choice. And so this message is Spirit coming through to bring you comfort, and Spirit just wants to say that you are not alone. And that Spirit is very proud of you, even if nobody in your life can see all the pain that you've had to go through to get to where you are now. You had to get away from that because a new version of you needed to be reborn. And it's like you've been reborn, but you've also died to these people in a way, because the old you died. And so it might just feel really lonely, and you might just feel really excluded, because these people don't, I don't know if I don't think they're doing these things out of like malintent, but I feel like in order to cope with the loss of you, they've had to let you go. They've had to let you go, and it might hurt, because you deserved people to show up for you better than anyone did. Nobody showed up for you the way that you deserved. And Spirit's just saying that it's because you had to learn how to show up for yourself. And your path has been really lonely, and it's been really hard. And it's because you are strong. It's because you have the strength. And, at times there might be this weird energy that you observe, or maybe have observed in the past, of these people like almost getting satisfaction, again, like I said at the beginning, getting satisfaction out of excluding you. Like they've created this bond in your absence, and the bond, part of the bond is formed on like rejecting you, or like resenting you. Part of the bond is formed on resenting you because they weren't able to put their selfishness aside. And that's what it was. They were being selfish. They wanted you to be around them even if it was hurting you. So they put themselves over your well-being and your spiritual, safety. And so, yeah, there might be like part of their bonds that are like formed on like resenting you. So if you come around still, or if you're working on rebuilding relationships, there might just be like this weird energy. And I don't know why people do that, but I just sense that it's, if you overextend yourself to these people, it's gonna make you feel rejected. So I just think there's a message here of like, keep your energetic boundaries strong. And if you are working on rebuilding relationships from the past, always put yourself first, and know that you don't need to overextend yourself in any way. These people can extend themselves to you. You've done your part. You've shown how much you care. And I think that there are relationships from the past that will be beautifully rebuilt from a new place of like healed energy. And I mean, you are reborn, so it's gonna be a new relationship that's being built, and you are gonna end up being so healing and supportive to these people, and they're gonna understand, and they are gonna feel remorse for any rejection or resentment they felt towards you, because your true heart's intent is gonna be undeniable.